Hey y'all.
Morning.
We're in Lucas, Kansas, and we're going to show you a couple of things this morning, maybe even three. The first one is going to be a rock garden created by Roy and Clara Miller in 1921, and the other one is this monolith thing you see behind us. We're going to find out what that is.
It's called the Garden of Eden.
Yep.
We'll find out what kind of Garden of Eden it is.
And there's a town nearby that has the world's largest egg.
It's a painted Czechoslovakian egg.
Okay, what's the name of the town?
The town is Wilson.
Oh, Wilson. Okay.
And while we're here in Lucas, Lucas was voted by USA Today, I believe, as the second best small town grassroots art community in the country.
Yep.
And so, since Lucas is not a very large town, we're probably going to get on our bikes and ride around Lucas just to see what there is to see.
And support their downtown businesses by eating lunch here. They call this place Bowl Plaza, and this is a public restroom in Lucas. This is a Grassroots Wall of Fame, and the little design down here even looks like a toilet bowl. So let's go in and see what the ladies' room looks like. Holy cow! Look at this wall. This is amazing. I've never seen a bathroom decorated like this. This is so cool. Of course, there's nobody in here but me.
So let's check out Roy and Clara Miller's rock garden.
Okay, so they started, they wanted to form an oasis for travelers as they came by on their way out west in 1921. And they really didn't want any pay for doing this. They just liked to be helpful, and they collected rocks from different states.
Kind of like Sarah wants to do all the time, and I tell her it's too heavy.
And they collected all kinds of different rocks. Some of them were unusual. This pile over here is called glass. It looks like glass, but it is rocks. Some of it is petrified wood, but they're all from different states. And the one that was petrified wood, they had to carry about 2 miles because their car couldn't go way out to where it was.
So these glass or these rock pyramids that they made, or cones that they made, were originally labeled with the state where they came from. I'm looking, I don't see the labels anymore, but these are definitely interesting cones.
Yeah, after their passing, I think the stones were all auctioned, and an effort was made to reclaim the stones so that Lucas would have this park again.
Rosette stones are really cool looking.
And looks like they even created some sculpture with some of these. Like there's a staircase going up one, and looks like the one over there in the distance has a tower of some sort on top of it. And this one has little house
Or turrets.
turrets, thank you.
These look like they may have come from Florida. That looks like Florida limestone.
It sure does. A well, and the one over there in the center looks like lava rock, and a bird bath maybe. This one looks like melted pieces of metal all put together, but I really don't know what that
Ooh,
is.
there's the petrified wood.
Oh,
If they had to carry that one, how far did you say?
2 miles.
2 miles? That's huge.
And there's that green, two stacks of green striped opal looking rock.
They even have a building that they've made over here, several buildings, and one of them is a replica of the first store here in Lucas when it was still called Elron, I think. It changed the name.
This one even has the dates that the house was made. Like the first part of it, 1907.
Well, that was when the original house was made. 1915 they added to the house, and in 1963 is when he built the structure.
Oh, okay. So interesting, but I'm sure not quite as interesting as what we're getting ready to see. But it is interesting. We start with the 1907 cabin home of S.P. Dinsmoor, who is the creator of all this cement art.
So among other things, Mr. Dinsmoor, who built the Garden of Eden here, was a talented artist and sculptor using concrete. He was also a woodworker. This wardrobe was made by him, as well as many of the archways and other pieces of furniture here in the house, the rails and the staircase he built. And a lot of it was using scraps of wood. So he was involved in the Populist Party in the late 1800s. And a lot of his artwork represents the ideals of the Populist Party. Some of them include crucifying labor, trust monster, and survival of the fittest. He was apparently a little bit eccentric. His idea of building this home out of concrete logs was to make it a tourist attraction and to do things a little bit more unusual. Every window and door in this house is a different size. The kitchen and dining room are actually downstairs in the basement.
One of the funniest little stories that the guide told us was, or that we heard on video, was that Miss Dinsmoor missed her husband because he spent a lot of time outside working on all these concrete structures. So he was kind of a jokester. So he put a sculpture of himself waving at his wife so that she could see him through that window, and that's the kitchen window. He told her that he did that so she would never miss him. How thoughtful.
He had the first indoor plumbing in the city thanks to a spring, quote unquote, that was in his backyard or in his side yard. Turns out the spring was a city water main. And this arched cave was used for storing canned goods and cured meat, and also it served as a storm cellar during the storms that they have, tornadoes that they have here in Kansas and the plains. So let's take a look upstairs. Ever the showman, Mr. Dinsmoor, and his first wife, Frances, were married on horseback. Here's the bedroom. With a beautiful old quilt. As I said, he had running water, little sink, toilet, bathtub. After his first wife, Frances, passed away, he remarried, and his second wife, with whom he had 2 children, she was 20 and he was 81 when they got married. Just a bit of a difference in age between them. S.P. Dinsmoor served as a Confederate, or as a Union soldier. He was a doctor in the Civil War. And his son, John, followed in his footsteps, not as a Civil War soldier, but he served in Korea and Vietnam. And between the time that he served and his father served, there were over 100 years difference.
So this sculpture up here was his last sculpture, and it's probably his most famous one. It's called Labor Crucified. He is Labor, the guy in the middle, and he's being crucified by all 4 of those people because he thought that those 4 were stealing his money away from him, so he's being crucified by them. Charcoal process on him. I'm not sure what that process was back then, but we'll see if you want to go inside. It's up to you. He's been in here a little bit over 92 years, so I just like to warn people. Okay.
As Dinsmoor was building this mausoleum, people were sitting on his concrete fence making fun of him for building such a large structure. So in order to keep people from sitting on his fence, he put nails on top of his fence to keep people from sitting there and making fun of him.
So we learned quite a bit more about Mr. Dinsmoor while we were here and on the tour.
And we got to see his mausoleum. He is actually on display, and that was his dying wish, that he be on display.
So a couple of things. When his first wife Frances passed away, he wanted her buried with him in this mausoleum. Well, they didn't do that. They buried her in the city cemetery.
Yeah.
So what did he do?
He went and dug her up because he got mad because he wanted them to be buried together.
So he put her in a coffin in the mausoleum
and covered her with cement.
So nobody could dig her up and take her away.
And his coffin, he made it himself out of cement.
He had his own special mixture that they still don't know exactly what it is. But secret mixture for concrete, and
it's lasted over 100.
Yeah, a long time. So, as Sarah said, his mummified remains are in his casket and on display behind a glass case, in a glass window in the casket and a glass window on the mausoleum.
Okay, very quickly, let's just go around. He had a small zoo in his backyard. That's what this structure is. And he even had a picnic shelter for tourists.
Because he gave tours of his property while he was working on it.
Yeah, he did. A very interesting place.
So until later, from Lucas, Kansas and the Dinsmoor Garden of Eden, we say
Bye y'all.